Now there is several people from 62 reporters who was killed in Ukraine. So these two reporters, it was the first one. Those two guys who was killed in 2014. Ukrainian army was bombing them, and they know that it was reporters, because at that time they had science press, so they saw that it was reporters, and they bombed them personally. So it was the first victims, and these. Boris Maksudov, very famous military reporter, he was killed by bombing, and Maxim Fomin, he was blown up in St. Petersburg. So the spy from Ukraine, they put the bomb inside some gift and present to him, and he was bombing. And so this cameraman who been inside the bus with the mothers of soldiers, Russian soldiers, and Ukrainian army, they was bombing this bus, and this guy was killed inside this bus. So this is Ukrainian writer, very famous writer, Ukrainian. He was bombing in. He was killed in Kiev, in Ukraine, by Ukrainian Nazists, because he was supporting Russia. He says to Ukrainians that Russia is not enemy, that enemy is West. So the Ukrainian Nazis, they killed him personally. This is a Russian girl, Daria Dugina. His daughter was of very famous Russian philosopher, Alexander Dugin, and his daughter, and she's a really famous military reporter and poetry, and she was bombing by Ukrainian agents as well in Russia, inside Russia. So a lot of Russian reporters, it doesn't matter which kind of death, but their death, it's because they start to tell the people the truth. And now Ukrainian government very sensitive to the truth, because they have a big propaganda muscles. And if someone start to tell the truth, and a lot of people start to understand what that happening in really, so they start to be
killed.
Yes.
And also, I have another question which relates. Nilitaka kuuliza swali jingine kwa mwandishi hapa ambalo linahusiana, ni unatumia Kiswahili ili wewe uweze kuelewa, na baadaye labda Sima anaweza akaclarify atakachokisema, kwamba kuna mbinu tumeona wa Ukraine pia wameitumia mbali na hii anayosema ya waandishi, ambao waandishi wa habari wanatumika. Mbinu nyingine ni kwamba tumeona kuna mauaji ya kulengwa, ambapo Russia zaidi ya siku kadhaa zilizopita kuna jenerali aliuliwa, lakini pia kuna mwingine tena aliyeuliwa, jenerali mwingine. Lakini pia mbinu nyingine ambayo imetumika, kuna mashambulizi ambayo yameshafanyika Russia ya kigaidi ambayo yamehusishwa na Ukraine. Kwa hiyo sasa nataka nimuulize hilo swali kuona yatakuwa na majibu gani. Now I just wanted to ask you a question that apart from what we are seeing there in war, in the war zone, there have been killings in Russia. Like we have seen 2 generals have been killed. They were the first one who was killed by bombing, and the one who was killed recently from the car explosion. And apart from that, we have also been seeing terrorist attacks inside Russia that are affiliated with Ukraine. Now, I just want you to say and tell us what Ukraine has been doing in your perspective. Is it right? And also, why we have not seen Russia doing the same? We haven't seen Russia doing the same in Ukraine, like targeted assassination, which in the international laws are not allowed. So you can share with us and see what is your take on that.
Yes, I understand what you mean. This is the main difference between our government. So now government in Ukraine is terroristic organization. They have terroristic methods. So for them, doesn't matter military, soldier, journalist, reporter, mediation, civilians, doesn't matter. For them, the main thing to make some destroy in Russia. For Russian government, it's not the big, how it goes, so this is not the main reason.
Not priority.
Yes, it's not priority for Russia. Now, it's to protect our people who lives in Ukraine, who speaks Russian, who feel by themselves Russian, who got pressure from Ukrainian Nazis. That's why we don't want to make terroristic methods. We have, for sure, we have our secret service, we have our agents, for sure. You know, this is Russia, it's very big history from KGB, from Soviet Union. For sure we have as well. But we don't want to use these methods. It's not our methods. We are not terroristic organization.
Which leader asked, there was a leader who asked Putin not to kill the
yes, the former Israeli Prime Minister. In the very beginning of the war, he said that I sat with Putin and Putin was ready to talk and we had an agreement. Then Boris Johnson came and destroyed the entire peace agreement. Everything was almost ready the first month on the beginning of the war. But he made Putin promise to him that he will not kill Zelensky. So I wanted to ask a question which you've answered. Is Russia capable of also doing targeted assassination? You've answered, which Russia is very capable.
Intelligence-wise, we know Russia.
So I have one last question for you. Putin is very composed. He's very wise. He does not act out of impulsion and everything. And some hardliners inside Russia take as if Putin is soft, because Putin, Russia has, the military might of Russia is bigger than what he's using. So he's able to crush. And we have seen, I'm totally against this, but we have seen what IDF is doing in Palestine. Indiscriminate bombing. Doesn't matter, journalists or kids or everything. Russia has more weapons than Israel. Russia has more capability than them, but he has been very clinical, very composed. We have seen Nord Stream. They bombed Nord Stream, and we've seen several. So how is the hardliners inside Russia who are telling Putin, you're so soft, let's go and bomb them, let's go and finish them? Is there something inside in their hardliners who are telling Putin, you're so soft, let's finish this off?
I understand what you mean, and part of Russian citizens, they think, as you told right now, they think that Putin is soft, yes. But you know, we are not Israel.
Yes.
We cannot use these methods. For us, it's really matter which kind of people, soldier. So this is this is
legitimate target.
Yes, it's our target. So artillery, it's our target. Missiles, it's our target. But civilian citizens, it's not our target. It's our people, because more than half of population of Ukrainian, they speak Russian.
From the Dnipro River coming this way.
Yes, and the right side of Dnipro as well speak Russian.
Yes.
So almost half of
more than half. So it's really I think three quarters speaks mainly speaks Russian. It's a big population.
Yes.
So we cannot use big missiles. Yes, it's not our method, because our people lives in this country. So this is this country. It became in 1991. Before it was a part of Russia. From the history, from
is it Lenin
from
who
18th
gave?
century.
Lenin is the one who gave.
Yes, Lenin, the communist leader, they start to bring Ukraine more territory, but it was inside Soviet Union. It wasn't separately separate country. So it was inside country. He gave them more. He gave them Donbass. He gave next Crimea. Khrushchev gave after Second World War. So they put them more and more territory, and now they said this is all ours. Okay, we said it's yours, but don't touch Russian people. So until 2014, it was okay. Crimea was Ukrainian because 90% people will speak Russian, and if they, I mean government, don't push Russian-speaking people, it was okay. It's no problem. And Crimea used to be Ukrainian, and Donbass used to be Ukrainian, yes. But in 2014, it's cardinally changing. You know, in 180 grados, you know.
Forcing people not to speak Russian.
Yes, they change and they start to push. The main, the first law, the new government, they signed to cancel Russian language from the official.
Yes, I remember.
So because it was two languages, Ukrainian and Russian, they canceled it. And a lot of people said, no, we don't agree with that. And Ukrainian government start to military operation against their citizens. At that moment,
civilians.
At that moment, it was their citizens, Ukrainian.
It's very bad. And thinking about it, I have even remember the incident of Novakakovka Dam. It's Novakakovka.
Novakakovka?
Yes, Novakakovka.
It's atomic station.
Yes, there's a nuclear.
Yes. And there was a dam
they blew it up.
They tried to blow.
They tried to blow.
Yes, and also I just wanted to ask about the latest operation that was done to. Is it true, the pipeline operation, that Russian soldiers,
special forces, and
Russian special forces
into Kursk?
Yes, more than thousands retaken Kursk by passing through the pipeline.
Pardon me, didn't understand.
So, Kursk now is free.
Yes.
From Ukraine. Almost 1,000 special forces, if it's Spetsnaz,
okay.
there is a gas pipeline with no gas. So they...
Oh, yeah, it's true. Yes, it's true. It was a really unique operation. Yes, it was the first time. It was the first time in history. They put inside the gas pipeline. But it was no gas inside for sure.
Yes.
So it was about
1,000 kilometers.
15 kilometers. No, more.
It was more.
So?
35,
So it's about 35 kilometers. Yes, and the diameter of this tube, pipeline is 1 meter 40 centimeters. So it's like that.
Yes.
So they've been inside 4 days.
That's very.
And they put and they came out in behind the Ukrainian military, and They do it. Yes, it was a really unique
one
operation.
of the best. It will go down in history as one of the best military operations because they retaken Suja.
Yeah.
Ukraine did not expect that.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
true.
a surprise.
That's why we just
You make a movie, you know, other countries, whenever they do a special operation, they make a movie about it. And so, you have been in Donbass almost 3 years. Were you together with Chechens? Were you together with Wagner when they were there? Have you been together? Just tell us things. People love here in Africa, love Wagner and Prigozhin and what they have done, and also Ahmedov and his Chechens. So, have you covered them? Have you been with them?
Yes. We
Just tell us
together.
something about
Yes. So in war, when it's closer to enemy, it doesn't matter which nation which special forces, which kind of military. It doesn't matter. If you feel the same, if you have the same ideology, so it doesn't matter who you are. So Wagner Special Forces, it's very strong special force, and they had a really big
impact.
Big part. Yes, they had big part with our
military.
Our some victories.
Yes.
So Bakhmut, it's totally Wagner.
Meat grinder.
Yes, and now. Then Wagner, it's dissolved. Yes, so a lot of soldiers from Wagner, they come
into the military.
Yes, and they really fighting very well. So they're really brave soldiers. They really strong guys.
Chechens.
The same. Yes.
Do they have any different discipline from? So there is the main Russian army, then there is Wagner, which is a PMC, then there is Chechens, who are basically part of Russia, but they function a little bit different. Do they have different discipline or anything? Or
it depends, not because one of Wagner or one of Chechnya, Ahmad, it doesn't matter. It depends on commander. So it depends on commander, and for sure something changing. They use something changing. Yes. But totally, they have the same principles because the total. How it calls controlling, they should be one in one principles. So, but inside they have separate some how it calls some some special moments, but totally in one principle and all together like pyramid with one commander.
You remember Azov still the plant where it was Chechens, Ahmedov against Azov battalion. You remember that? At the end of the day, the Azov battalion surrendered and came out with their hands. Were you there covering, or your friends were there, or you know something about?
I've been in Azovstal.
Yes.
And I said that. So Azovstal, it's mainly very. How it goes, the result of propaganda. So when it's
soldier to soldier.
one by one, so it's not so strong like they
propaganda
they telling. You know, it's a movie. It's a good picture. It's a good looking guys. With the tattoos, with swastiks, with good-looking beard, you know, mustaches. But you know, it's a movie. It's advertising to bring more adepts to Nazi. You know.
And one last question. I think if myself will be the last because we cannot finish.
Okay. I'm here till 10th, so I'm yours.
And our people love this.
Our people will love this. We love it. Tanzanians, we love
That's
it.
why I'm here, and you can talk whatever you want.
And the last question is about, we have seen changes. You know, the whole world is...
But you should be hungry, because, you know, it's...
we love content, and right now the whole world is learning from Russia. Russia-Ukraine war, what's going there. We are all learning, and to be honest, it came with surprises. We have seen drones. Drones have been very, very significant in this war. So I just want you to give us the experience now. What new method has Russia adapted from this ongoing revolution that we have seen, especially speaking of drones, but also we heard that Russia, sometimes there were planes that are being jumped. Very new technologies we have seen right now are being employed there in
pardon me, you're talking about drones?
Drones, yes. So right now, when the war started, there was no drones. Now drones have become very big part. So you have been there. Tell us something about how the drones has changed the landscape.
And before that, we want you to tell us how the Western weapons have failed. We have seen
how good they are.
Okay,
yes.
And then we've seen there in Kursk region, we have seen a lot of Western weapons that have been abandoned. At first we saw the Leopard tanks, we saw the Abrams tanks, but right now we don't see any.
I understand. So the war is changing. These 3 years, so 3 years ago, and now there's a big difference. For example, in Avdiivka in 2022, I feel just free. I can go whatever I want. Just look at the ground about the mines and not see on the sky, because drones it beams, but you know, they mainly use like spy. So they was watching, and they telling to artillery to bombing. Yes. But now you cannot go to anywhere without scanning the sky. Yes, because drones, it's every day, it's every quarter centimeter, it's drone. So we have a drone detector, drone detector, because they start to vibrating, yes, and you can see what kind of drone. It's a Mavic, which is kind of spy drone, or it's FPV, which is a military drone. Yes, so the situation is totally changed.
That's electronic.
So, yes, so now some guy who just sitting and kilometer away, and just put some joystick, you cannot do anything. How you can put whatever you want, weapons. You can be very, very strong guy, but just one guy with the glasses, fat, sitting with the coffee, he can kill you.
Or destroy even a tank of millions.
Yeah, so it's really changing. And the second part of your question about West weapons. They try to use something new. For example, HIMARS. When they start to use HIMARS in 2022, it was a big problem for us, because we couldn't touch them. Yes. So they have 6 missiles in one
launcher.
Yes, and all the 6 they comes. Yes. Now situation is changing. We're changing our anti-missiles Panzer as well, and now we understand how to shoot them. The same with the javelins. Yes, we understand how they works, and we know how to
intercept.
yes. And the same, for example, Atacames as well. For example, there Abrams, American tanks.
Yes.
It doesn't work in Russian weather, in Russian ground. It it's heavy. It's heavy. Challenger more heavy.
Yes.
Challenger more than 70 tons.
Yes.
So in our we call it chernozem. It's a black.
have it here.
It's a black. It's yeah, it's very
soft,
liquid, soft. Yes, and big, heavy tank. It just
In Tanzania,
it cannot move.
In Tanzania, we call it
And
infinite.
they very how it calls sensitive. Their motors very sensitive.
Yes.
They very difficult to use.
and maintain.
Yes, yes. And so that's why in Kursk a lot of NATO techniques, Abrams, Leopards, Challengers, Bradley, and so on. It's all was fired by our operators of BP drones.
Thank you very
And that
much.
soil which you are talking about in Tanzania, I think is in Itigi, somewhere known as Itigi. Is black and is very fertile, very fertile, the soil. Even here we have it, but it's very, even a car can't move when it's raining. It's a very difficult soil.
Здесь тоже почва немножко другая, но тропики все-таки. Есть такие места, где вообще ничто не может пройти. То есть плотность земли, то есть почва.
The same in Russia.
Tell me, go and eat.
Okay, no, not bad. Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Just
Attention! Your potential customers are watching this video. Don't miss out on the opportunity to reach them. Advertise your business alongside their favorite content and convert them into loyal customers. Contact us now at info@snstz.com or WhatsApp 0659250389 to amplify your brand to the SNS family.